Elon Musk's acquisition of Twitter marked a shocking shift in the tech landscape. Known for his innovative ventures, Musk promised to transform the platform into a more open space. However, his decisions following the purchase led to significant controversy and criticism, sparking debates about whether he had both ruined the company and tarnished his public images simultaneously. The question remains, can Twitter recover from this turmoil? After Elon Musk finalized his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter in October 2022, he implemented a series of sweeping changes. On the day of the acquisition, October 27, 2022, he dismissed several top executives, including CEO Parag Agrawal, CFO Ned Segal, and Chief Legal Officer Vijaya Gadde. He also dissolved the board of directors, taking full control as the company's sole director. These firings reportedly came with hefty severance packages, costing around $122 million in total. Musk quickly declared that the bird is freed, signaling a shift toward what he claimed would be a less restrictive platform concerning free speech. He aimed to restore previously banned accounts, such as that of former President Donald Trump. However, these changes were met with backlash. Hate speech incidents reportedly surged by 500% after the takeover, with data from the Network Contagion Research Institute highlighting the increase and raising concerns about moderation policies. He reduced the workforce by about 50%, cutting the number of employees from approximately 7,500 to 3,700. Entire teams responsible for critical functions like content moderation and human rights were drastically reduced or eliminated. These layoffs were part of his cost-cutting measures to handle the company's financial struggles. He also introduced a revamped version of Twitter Blue, allowing users to buy a blue checkmark for $8 per month, later raised to $11 for iOS users due to Apple's App Store fees. This change was controversial, as the verified status had previously required users to meet strict criteria. Following the rollout of this feature, impersonators flooded Twitter, creating fake accounts for high-profile companies and individuals. Notably, a fake Eli Lilly account falsely tweeted that insulin would now be free, causing the company's stock to plummet by 4.37%. Twitter lost around $4 million in advertising revenue in a single day due to these impersonation-related incidents. Musk focused heavily on spam and bot accounts, which he cited as a major concern during the acquisition process. He claimed, without evidence, that up to 20% of accounts were bots, although it was previously estimated to be closer to 5%. His team was given access to internal data to assess the prevalence of spam accounts, a justification he initially used to renegotiate or cancel the acquisition. But how did all these decisions affect the company? We'll explore this later in the video, so keep watching. Perhaps one of the most visible and controversial changes Musk made was rebranding Twitter to X in July 2023. The iconic Bluebird logo was replaced with a simple X, signifying his broader vision of turning the platform into an everything app, similar to China's WeChat. The rebranding was criticized for removing the name and logo synonymous with social media. Analysts projected that brand equity would suffer, with estimates suggesting its value may have dropped by 30 to 40% since his acquisition. Following these changes, the platform experienced a significant decline in users, with global app downloads falling by 38% between October 2022 and September 2023. In the US alone, active Android users dropped by nearly 18%. A significant consequence of this acquisition was a drastic loss of advertiser trust. With the loosening of content moderation, advertisers became increasingly uncomfortable with their brands being associated with potentially harmful or controversial content. Many major advertisers, such as General Motors and Pfizer, paused or significantly reduced their spending on Twitter, largely due to concerns over brand safety as content moderation weakened. Twitter's ad revenue reportedly dropped by 50%, and in 2024 it was projected to fall below $2 billion from its peak of $4.46 billion in 2021. The platform's financial situation also worsened. To fund the deal, Musk took out approximately $13 billion in debt, coupled with hefty interest payments of around $1 billion annually. This debt significantly strained its already fragile financial structure, pushing the company toward a more precarious position. The mass layoffs triggered a wave of lawsuits. Many former employees claimed wrongful termination, violations of labor laws, and a lack of proper severance. A particular ongoing class action lawsuit alleges age discrimination, claiming that older workers were disproportionately targeted during layoffs. Around 2,000 former employees have filed arbitration claims related to these mass layoffs. His introduction of paid subscriptions failed to generate enough revenue to offset losses in ad revenue. It's estimated that only around 180,000 people subscribed to this service as of early 2023, far below initial expectations. How have the public and users reacted to this situation? Well, find out later in this video, so keep watching. Several vendors have also sued Twitter for unpaid bills, including contractors and landlords who claim that the platform has failed to meet its financial obligations post-acquisition. His focus on cost-cutting measures led to disputes over payments for services, ranging from data centers to software vendors, further complicating the platform's legal and financial standing. This takeover has generated a wide range of public and user reactions, with responses being highly polarized. Many users supported his vision for free speech and appreciated his deregulatory approach. His promises of turning Twitter into a hub for open discourse resonated with users who felt social media platforms were overly restrictive, especially those critical of woke culture, whatever that means. On the flip side, others voiced concerns about the potential for unchecked misinformation and hate speech. They feared that the new policies could lead to a degradation of platform quality and security. Public figures and journalists in particular often expressed skepticism or disapproval. Following the takeover, some users left Twitter for alternative platforms, disillusioned with the direction the platform was taking under his leadership. Elon Musk's image has taken a hit since the acquisition, with critics pointing to several missteps and controversial decisions. His attempts to reshape the platform were seen by some as erratic and detrimental, especially after making sweeping changes. Critics have voiced their disapproval, with one noting, Musk's obsession with free speech has unraveled years of careful moderation, and Twitter is now a shell of its former self. Others highlighted how his personal interactions on the platform, including mocking critics and engaging in public spats, further tarnished his image. He was also criticized for prioritizing revenue over platform stability and trust. Many questioned his ability to run such a complex social media platform effectively, with some calling it the most expensive personal branding exercise in history. A Gizmodo article noted that Musk's approach has essentially destroyed the platform's massive user base. Analysts from The Guardian characterized his leadership as driving Twitter into a state of constant flux, further alienating advertisers and users. Despite these setbacks, Musk remains optimistic. The new CEO, Linda Yaccarino, has indicated that the company could return to profitability by the end of 2024. The long-term effects are speculative but present several potential outcomes. One scenario involves bankruptcy due to significant revenue losses, making it difficult to maintain services and pay down debt. A lack of content moderation could also lead to greater toxicity and extremism on the platform, potentially allowing the spread of controversial viewpoints and further alienating users and advertisers. Technical challenges are another concern. The loss of key engineers and staff responsible for maintaining the platform could lead to cybersecurity risks and infrastructure breakdowns. On the optimistic side, Twitter may endure these hurdles and adapt to become a smaller, more innovative company, embracing new products and services and possibly focusing on niche user segments. Its ability to attract new revenue sources like subscriptions or digital services could dictate its survival.